Darts players who break the rules, what actually happens to them? They can get banned or get a gigantic fine. Today, we reveal which darts players received the biggest fine ever. A player who not only enjoyed playing darts with intensity, but also showed strong determination and confidence. Gerwyn Price, a Welsh former rugby player turned darts sensation, quickly rose in the PDC circuit, leaving a strong impression. But as they say, with great power comes fines? Yes, you heard it right. He was fined a whopping £21,500. Price's first year in the PDC circuit was quite eventful. He secured his spot by winning at Q School and made a name for himself on the Pro Tour. This rapid rise brought him into the spotlight, and in 2015 he performed well in the World Championships. In the same year, during the World Match Play, Price made a mark by defeating number 13 seed Michael Smith, and then the coup de grace, a triumph over the number 4 seed Adrian Lewis. This was just the beginning of the controversy that followed. In 2016, Price and Lewis clashed again, creating tension. Before their matchup, Lewis shared his thoughts during an interview. He calmly remarked, "No problem, you're clearly quite motivated to face him again. Yeah, you know, I remember him beating me in Blackpool last year. It's not like he's achieved much since then. I'll handle it, no issues. Don't worry about it."
Gerwyn Price had one lucky game all year last year, and that was against me. I'll turn him over, no problem, don't worry about it.
You're obviously very motivated by the prospect of playing him again.
Certainly am, yeah. You know, yeah, exactly. What's he done since he beat me in Blackpool last year? You know, nothing. I'll turn him over, no problem, don't worry about it.
Leading up to the game, Chris Mason added his perspective via a tweet, drawing a parallel between the impending showdown and a boxing match. In response, Price chimed in, asserting that he was the only one prepared to endure a full 12 rounds in a boxing ring. He playfully quipped that if they were to engage in a bout, he'd finish off Lewis within just 2 rounds. Lewis countered by asserting, "You're correct. You clearly don't understand me well enough." The tension in the verbal exchanges was palpable. As the match loomed closer, Lewis took to Twitter once more, asserting that Price was overly vocal, yet lacked victories and respect for others. The tension was high as they faced each other on the stage. Don't forget to hit the bullseye so you never miss out on any of our amazing darts videos. During the match, Price's actions were more significant than words. He didn't even make eye contact with Lewis during the customary pre-match handshake. The game between them was not so good. It was Lewis who came out as the winner. The final score was 11-5 in favour of Lewis. After that, Lewis didn't just enjoy his win, he took a sarcastic bow, clapping Price with a hint of mockery. And if that wasn't enough, he waved his white towel at the departing Welshman. The crowd gasped, their cheers mixed with surprise. After the game, as the lights dimmed and the crowd left, Lewis found himself in the spotlight for a post-match interview. The match had not only affected the score, but also their mental state. Lewis, feeling frustrated yet respectful, admitted that Price had managed to bother him. Looking back on his performance, Lewis joked that he hadn't done well, and that Price's mind games had affected him. The pre-match antics and talk had indeed influenced how both players performed. In the following events, Price's journey continued with wins and memorable moments. The next year, he reached the UK Open final, a tough battle that ended with Peter Wright winning. Even though he lost, Price's determination was evident, and he made his mark in darting history with an impressive 160 checkout in the quarterfinals, securing victory in a sudden death leg. Over time, Price worked hard and achieved success. In the next year, in September, he won his first Euro Tour event, which allowed him to participate in the Grand Slam of Darts happening in November. This was impressive, especially because he had not done well in the same event a year before. The odds were against him, with bookmakers thinking he had a low chance of winning. However, Price surprised everyone by doing really well in 2 out of 3 games in his group, with his only loss against Simon Whitlock. Price's journey through the competitions continued, creating excitement. He played against Josh Payne in the second round, and the match was tied at 5 points each. But Price, like an experienced competitor, took control and won 5 legs in a row, making the final score 10-5. This led to another match against Simon Whitlock, the same opponent who had beaten Price in the group stage. In the quarterfinals, they had a close match, showing their skills and determination. Whitlock started well and was ahead by 4 legs at important moments. However, Price didn't give up and fought back. In the 17th leg, with the tension high, Price had a chance to narrow the score to 9-8. but he got distracted, maybe due to a moment of gamesmanship, and lost his focus. They exchanged words, and there was a tense atmosphere. Referee Ross Bray stepped in to calm down the rising emotions. Price celebrated energetically near Whitlock, causing a disagreement. Despite the tense atmosphere, the match continued with each round showcasing strategic plays. The final round was intense, with Price winning as Whitlock struggled. They ended the match with a formal handshake, showing both respect and the aftermath of their disagreement. In the semi-finals, Price and his opponent Suljevic displayed a more peaceful vibe. They seemed to respect each other as Price won 16-12. Their past rivalry seemed less significant compared to what was to come. As the event neared its end, the focus turned to the ultimate match, Price versus Anderson. This game was filled with tension. Price's excited celebrations annoyed Anderson, leading to some conflict. In the 15th round, Anderson accused Price of distracting him while retrieving his darts. However, this moment was brief. Anderson's skill became evident when he scored a spectacular 144 points, putting him ahead 11-8. But Price, who was known for being determined, created an incredible turn of events. He won 8 out of the next 10 rounds, changing the course of the game. The score became 16-13. During the excitement, Anderson's calmness wavered again, as he got annoyed at Price's celebrations. But the climax of the match had yet to come. In the next round, when Price scored a high number of points, he showed a lot of excitement. Anderson lost his control and pushed Price, showing their tense relationship. The target board became a place of feelings, with the lines barely containing the strong emotions. When the final darts hit the target, they didn't shake hands, and there was a feeling of tension in the air. The impact of that last tense match had a far-reaching effect. In the early months of 2019, the DRA committee took the main role and made a decision about Price's behaviour. Price's actions against Whitlock and Anderson were examined, and the committee thought they were serious. They believed that Price's behaviour had hurt the sport's reputation and had gone against the spirit of sportsmanship. The committee made a decision. Price had to pay £8,000 for damaging the sport's reputation and not playing fairly, but that wasn't the end. He had to pay another £12,000 for the same reasons in his matches against Whitlock and Anderson. The committee was clear, saying that Price had planned to distract his opponents and get an unfair advantage. Afterward, the public complained a lot, showing their disapproval. The committee also considered Price's past fines, thinking about his previous mistakes. All these things came together, and the punishment aimed to fix the sport's damaged reputation. Price didn't just accept the situation. He appealed, trying to change the decision. But the news came that the DRA had kept their decision, staying firm despite the challenge. The fines were not completely removed, but they were reduced. Price's penalty for the Whitlock and Anderson clashes was cut in half, so he had to pay a total fine of £11,500. After a while, Price's suspension ended, allowing him to come back to the stage he knew well. But the story wasn't over. Just when it seemed the last part of the story was done, there was another surprise. Price had to pay an additional amount of £2,500 to help cover the costs of the appeal process. The effects of his actions continued, leaving him with less money and a better understanding of the results of what he did. Don't forget to hit the bullseye so you never miss out on any of our amazing darts videos. See you next time!